Mitigation Subcommittee will come to order. Without objection, the chair is authorized to declare a recess of the subcommittee at any time. Without objection, members of the full committee, not on the subcommittee, are authorized to participate in today's hearing. As a reminder, I ask all members to keep themselves muted when they are not being recognized to minimize disturbances while members are asking questions of our witnesses. The staff has been instructed not to mute members except where a member is not being recognized and there is inadvertent background noise. Members are reminded that all House rules related to order and decorum apply to this remote hearing. Members are also reminded that they may participate in only one remote proceeding at a time. If you are participating today, please keep your camera on. And if you choose to attend a different remote proceeding, please turn your camera off. If members wish to be recognized during the hearing, please identify yourself by name to facilitate recognition. The title of today's hearing is CDBG Disaster Recovery, States, Cities, and Denials of Funding. I will now recognize myself for 3 minutes to give an opening statement. In May of 2018, Ms. Lagone sat before this subcommittee and said in her testimony about Hurricane Harvey, quote, "To further illustrate the scope of this disaster, the Harris County Flood Control District reported that 1.5 feet of water covered 70% of the 1,800 square miles that comprise Harris County. The weight of that water depressed the Earth's crust enough to temporarily drop the elevation of Houston by 2 centimeters. The amount of water was approximately 1 trillion gallons. In May of 2021, almost 3 years exactly after that testimony, Ms. Lagone's office, the Texas General Land Office, GLO, announced that Houston and Harris County would receive $0 of $4 trillion in mitigation funding appropriated by this body. Such was the result, GLO said, of the formula it had conceived to govern the allocation of Harvey mitigation funds. GLO said nothing could be done for these, the hardest hit disaster victims in the most impacted areas, because the allocation formula had spoken. Left unsaid was the vaunted formula was rigged ab initio from the inception against the disaster victims and residents of Harris County and Houston. Also left unsaid by GLO was that this was exactly what was expected, because GLO had been warned in January 2020 by experts in the city of Houston and advocate groups that reliance on GLO's proposed formula would shut out the most densely populated and most impacted LMI jurisdictions in the state. But just days later, GLO announced that it would circumvent its own rigged formula as applied to Harris County, and instead GLO sought an accomplice when it simply by fiat proposed to direct HUD to give $750 million to Harris County, something GLO was without legal authority to do. Then, in a fit of pique, GLO falsely and publicly stated that HUD had denied its request for direct allocation to Harris County, though should any first-year law student read the law, they could tell you that it flatly prohibits direct allocation to certain jurisdictions, and Harris County, unfortunately, was included in these jurisdictions. And so today we're here to provide critical oversight of a rigged formula, the hijacking of a federal mitigation appropriations process, and to do what we can to prevent the rigging of the system by a grantee of federal resources in a manner that further victimizes the victims of disasters. I think that the time has come for a course correction.